Hi, I'm Scott Williford. We're back at the ATP CIO 10th annual golf tournament, live from the Masters kind of golf tournament, game day. And I've got Michelle back with me. I've got my new friend Lee. So Michelle, tell me a little bit about Lee. What do you know about him?
Lee is one of our Go-Getter EAB Executive Advisory Board members. Just very involved, giving us some advice. We're just very lucky to have him on board with us.
Well, I'm pleased to be there and pleased to participate. I tell everybody we're a distributed operation with 500 branches across the country, and every morning 90% of our employees leave the branch and they're out in customer locations the rest of the day, whether they're selling or servicing. And mobility is critically important to us. So our data network in terms of our connectivity to our branches, and then the mobility pieces. So ATP is very important to me, and I enjoy the relationships I've built, and it's how I find out what's happening in the industry and what's out there that we might be able to take advantage of and leverage to better improve our service to our customers.
So within the ATP, you've been involved obviously long enough to be on the advisory board.
Right.
So what do you think are some of the, mobility you mentioned, are there any specific themes or sessions that have stood out over the years that just really changed your thoughts about something or gave you something you could take home and implement right away?
I don't think it works that way today. I think I've heard things that said I've taken away and said I need to think about that and then eventually do something with it. I don't know that I've ever attended something where I immediately left and put it into place. I wish I could do things that quickly. I'm sure my executive team wishes I could do things that quickly. But usually when I attend the events, it's to, as I said, build relationships, meet people, find out what other folks are doing, benchmark with my peers, as well as talk to partners about what's happening, what they see coming, and it's just a good way for me to stay up to date and be aware of what might be coming.
So we're at the golf tournament, right? And you've been the golf chair or co-chair for decades, or at least 5 years.
Oh, not that long.
At least 5 years, 6 years.
Since she was 4.
So the question I've been asking everybody, and Michelle, you have a hands up on this because I've already asked you, but Lee, what do you think, as a technologist, what do you think is the number one technology that's going to be used or leveraged or make a difference on the golf course today?
The one that's going to make the biggest difference to me is GPS on my SkyCaddy. So I'll always know how far I am from the hole, and my team will know how far we are from the hole.
So are you a real long ball hitter? Are you going to be one of those guys that are way
No,
out?
I was when I was younger, and now I have sacrificed distance and replaced it with accuracy. And the funny thing is, I don't hit it as far anymore, but I shoot lower scores.
You know, I was reading something about golf this weekend, and I think it was Ben Crenshaw says I'm 5 inches away from being a wonderful golfer, and it's the space between his ears.
Yeah.
So that's kind of my problem. I'm a head case.
Well, golf is the only sport with a ball where the ball doesn't move. And every other sport with a ball, you don't get a chance to think. You practice and then your subconscious takes over. In golf, the ball just sits there and says, hit me. And the more you think, the worse you will play. And I think the secret is, this is easy for me, don't think while you play golf.
Actually,
and that's why we
I was going to say,
feel that the liquid straightener helps golf games, and we have sponsors on every tee box to help with your golf game, to
and
loosen you up a bit.
I've noticed in past years what usually happens is after 2 or 3 holes you relax and you play very, very well. But then about 5 holes later you are too relaxed and too loosey-goosey. But I've assembled a great team, and I've never come close. And I look forward to this event every year. It's one of just 2 events that I attend, take time off from work to attend, this one and the sim tournament in the fall. And I've never gotten close to being in the money, and I've got high hopes this year. We've got Dow Smith.
So you're a team to watch.
So
tell me about your team.
when you get to be
we
at my
want some
level,
insight on your team.
it's all about assembling the right team. It's not about how good you are. So I just made sure I put together a team that was much better than me. I've got Dow Smith from Carousel, who is club
he's a very
champion.
good golfer. Yeah.
Dwayne Wilcox has joined us, and his handicap, I think, is around a 12. But I'm really proud of the fact that I recruited Michelle Reiber from Softtech, who lives in Miami, and she flew up specifically because I played golf with her in Miami in November, and she flew up to pay me back, and she's part of our foursome. And she actually attended Sacred Heart College in Connecticut on a golf scholarship. She's from Sweden.
I think you got a ringer
And
team.
we brought a team in. So Dwayne and I were talking earlier. We're pretty much going to drink beer and let Michelle and Dow hit the shots. In fact, if I contribute 5 shots today, I'll consider myself well played.
Well, we hope you contribute more than 5. Thank you for giving us some time.
That would be wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you, Lee.
Good meeting you, Scott.
Good job.
Michelle, thanks for everything you do.
You bet.